welcome to a very full DeVos Fieldhouse for what many consider a holiday here in Holland, Michigan. It's the opener for the Hope College Flying Dutchman in the 2022-23 season, and no better place to open it up than the beautiful and rather full DeVos Fieldhouse here for the season opener for the Flying Dutch. Excited to bring this one to you, and going to be an interesting one against a UW Stout team that we'll preview here. Talking about the Flying Dutch in 2022-23, this program about as much momentum as they've had in the last 5 years. They're coming off an excellent season that few expected. Last year they were picked number 4 in the preseason MIAA poll. This year, much different. Preseason unanimous number 1 in the MIAA coaches poll, receiving votes in the D3 Hoops top 25, and it's in large part to 2 returning all MIAA players. First, Clayton Dykehouse, and second, the preseason All-American Evan Thomas. Pumped for this one.
That's right, and you know, when you look at this Hope College team, you know, you got to consider, Jordan, just the depth that they've been able to establish over the last couple of years. I mean, I got to tell you, just like you were talking, I feel that, you know, they really overachieved last year for what the expectations were. And so now coming into this season, I think people are starting to be like, all right, we know ET's can be the guy. We know that they're going to score buckets. And, you know, we know that this is a team that they just have been more disciplined than they had been in the past, and it looks like they really came across as a unit down the road. I know Tough lost a week last year, but when you look at what they were able to build last year, I think to build on it, to return all the important guys is a huge benefit.
Yeah, the big question now is, can you take that next step? Hope historically has been a program that expects to be right at the top of the MIAA. Last year, no exception, right at the top of the MIAA. Regular season champs, conference tournament champs, but can you take that next step? I think for these guys, the expectation now, and if you talk to Coach Greg Mitchell and his coaching staff, the expectation should be we're Sweet 16, Elite 8, taking that next step. I think this team can do it. A big question is who else can step up. They lose a little bit of depth last year with the graduation of Jeff Bikes, Ty George, Josh Lilja. They have some prime candidates here, including a couple of freshmen that I'm really excited to see play. I'm going to preview a couple of those guys. One of them is number 1, Marcus Warman, and Marcus Warman, this is going to be a name that Hope fans love over the next 4 years. Warman, an electrifying guard from East Lansing High School. He took a prep year last year at Mount Zion Prep in Maryland. 5'10" guard, lightning quick. You'll see a lot of similarities between his game and Clayton Dykehouse's game. You talk to these Hope players, they've been ultra impressed by Warman. We'll see him quite a bit here tonight. He played 31 minutes in the exhibition game against Saginaw Valley State. And talking about those expectations, a reason for those is they played Saginaw Valley State just last week, Division II program that had a really fine season last year. They took them to overtime and gave the Cardinals everything they could handle. So when you're a Division III program going on the road to a D2 school and really giving the Cardinals a great fight, that gives a lot of confidence to these Hope fans.
So you can tell, I mean, they're a team that when you go into Saginaw Valley State, you take them to overtime, they're coming into this game with confidence. And they're a group that, I mean, everybody here that hasn't seen this men's team play so far this year, they don't know what they're in for just yet. And something you and I have talked about, that this is a team now that, you know, feels like they can live up to that expectation. But real quickly, like you had said, I mean, when you talk about Evan Thomas and Clayton Dykehouse, after that, I mean, you lose Tyler George, you lose Jeff Bikes. Who's going to step into that role? Tanner Wiegerink needs to be a guy that this year you can rely on him to score and be big defensively, because frankly, you know, the Dutch are going to need him.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They're facing a tough Wisconsin-Stout team, historically excellent program out of Wisconsin-Stout. They finished 16-9 last season. We'll talk more about them, but they come from an excellent conference and had a player in Brody Fox in their win earlier this week who scored 44 points. An excellent player who we'll talk more about in a win over Northland just a few days ago. Well, we're about ready to tip it up here. We're going to pause for the national anthem and starting lineups. We'll be back in just a few minutes from a bustling DeVos Fieldhouse.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I ask you to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome Hope College Junior Miss Evelyn Munch.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Evelyn Munch. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for today's non-league contest between the Blue Devils of Wisconsin-Stout and your Hope College Flying Dutchman. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Blue Devils at 1 forward, a 6'6" sophomore from Metametti, Minnesota, number 11, Brody Fox. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'3" junior from Zeeland, number 2, Eli Schoonville. At 1 forward for the Blue Devils, a 6'5" junior from Elk Mountain, Wisconsin, number 15, George Charlo. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'7" junior from Holland, number 5, Tanner Wiggerink. Starting at center for the Blue Devils, a 6'10" sophomore from Sterling, Illinois, number 40, Aiden Shore. And at center for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'9" sophomore from Ada, number 33, Gabe Quillen. At 1 guard for the Blue Devils, a 5'10" sophomore from Cuba City, Wisconsin, number 10, Jackson Knoll. And at 1 guard for the Flying Dutchman, a 5'11" senior from Zeeland, number 0, Clayton Dykehouse. And at the final guard spot for the Blue Devils, a 6'2" senior from Oconto, Wisconsin, number 22, Carson Moll. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutchman, a 6'4" senior from Okemos, number 24, Evan Thomas. The Blue Devils are coached by Jim Lake. The Flying Dutchmen are coached by Greg Mitchell.
Well, you can just feel the buzz here in this building. Sometimes when you're in DeVos, it just feels a little bit different, and that's one of these times. I'm Jordan George alongside Matt Wayner, excited to bring you the opener for Hope College basketball in 22-23. The Flying Dutchmen taking on the Blue Devils of Wisconsin-Stout. And there's something about first impressions, right? You know, there's something about first impressions. Here's a chance for Hope to give a first impression. We're going to see some new faces and some definitely familiar ones here for the Flying Dutchmen. They face a stiff test in this Blue Devil squad.
Absolutely, and you know, it's to mention here at the top of the broadcast, Gabe Quillen here taking the lead, and this is a guy that, you know, like you and I had talked about, taking a huge step up. So I'm excited to see what happens here tonight in DeVos.
Blue Devils win the opening tip. Jackson Knoll is going to run the show for the Blue Devils, the 5'10" sophomore. He swings it over to 15. That's Charlo. Kick out to Fox. Fox is a guy that we're going to talk about quite a bit. Oh, that's good for number 10, Jackson Knoll. That was about 2.5 feet behind the long line there.
he looked like he had been thinking about that shot for about 7 days, ready to chuck that one up.
Exactly. Gabe Quillen posting on the left block. Oh, excellent pass by Gabe Quillen. How about the vision from the sophomore? That's shades of Preston Granger. Great pass by the big man.
Great dish. Hope they're doing a good job already here, knowing that they got to get back on defense. Can't let them get all the way up to the basket that early.
Here's Knoll swinging over to Fox. Fox had 44 points in the Blue Devils opener. That's a tough 14-foot fall away, and he lets the Duke crew hear about it afterwards. Tough finish by Brody Fox. Evan Thomas, the preseason All-American, one of the most dominant players in the Division III basketball last year. Over to Dykehouse. Dykehouse weaving his way. Schoonveld, left corner, triple try. Eli Schoonveld.
And that's huge for Hope because he needs to be confident early and often.
Schoonveld did not connect on any three-pointers last year, and about a minute and a half into this 22-23 season, he makes one from the left corner. That's huge for his confidence.
And he just can't get his feet down there to get that call, to get the charge, and so he gets called for his first foul. But yeah, like you said, I mean, Schoonveld's a guy that when he puts it up, he's got to be confident to be able to follow through.
And here's Schoonveld's real value to this team. It's on the defensive end. He interrupted that shot from Fox, and Hope corrals the rebound. Here goes Dykehouse. He's a guy who loves to push the pace. Right hand dribble, stops. Great find by Dykehouse. Love the way that Dykehouse got to 2 feet right there, able to jump stab and then find Wiggerink cutting on the left side.
Wiggerink just trying to get his feet in. You know, Mo's not a small guy. He's not tall, but he's built pretty well, and him to be able, I mean, that's something Tanner's just going to keep improving on going through him.
Yeah, Tanner Wiggerink, a guy who had a breakout season last year for the Flying Dutchman, really came on during the conference season. Helped propel this team to a conference championship. He goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Hope leads 6-5 here as Stout's going to push the pace. There's Fox driving on Schoonveld. Stops, pops. That's Mo. A little bit short on that one. Schoonveld skies for the board, and here comes Thomas. Thomas lost the dribble. Couple players hit the deck. Quillen and Mo battling for that one. Skirts out of bounds. Thomas so dangerous when he gets to that 15-foot mark.
It seems evident early, Jordan. I think Stout's just saying we're just not going to let ET be the guy that gets them all on us. They're going to have to force other guys to score here. Putting Fox on ET.
100%. Clayton caught Stout in a switch there. Such a savvy veteran play there to know that he had the bigger defender on him. Takes him with the right hand for 2.
Should get an extra point for style there, too.
Here comes Mo. Hard left-hand dribble. Wiggerink denies him there. Kick out up to the top of the key. That's Knoll. Excellent defense. Hounded by Dykehouse there. Here's Fox inside to Shore. Shore, fall away, 18-footer. Tough for Aiden Shore.
Yeah, Quillen just giving him just a little bit too much space. He was worried about getting back down back there, but that's okay. You'll live with that early on.
Yeah, Shore, unique player, 6'10". Don't see many players like that at the Division III level able to step out, knock it in. Here's Thomas, so strong, under control. That one's knocked away.
And you can tell already, I mean, Stout saying this game has to get physical for them to stay in it. 8-7 here early, 17 to play here in the first half. And, you know, Stout's just saying we have to be physical, force this team to go right through us.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've seen physicality early, only 3 minutes in. Couple substitutions. There's Thomas, 16-footer. A little bit long on that one. Wiggerink battling for the board. Skirts out of bounds. Couple substitutions that we missed. Brandon Weiss, the 6'5 sophomore, checks in for Stout, and Marcus Mormon. Talked about him at the start of the broadcast. 5'10 freshman from East Lansing. Lightning quick with the ball in his hands. Excited to see him out there for the Flying Dutchman. Here's Dykehouse, right wing, trying to probe the defense. 13 on the shot clock for the Flying Dutchman. Over to Wiggerink. He can hit it from out there, out to Thomas. High ball screen with Quillen. This is a matchup that Hope likes. Kick out. Warman, right wing triple. That one's just off for the freshman. Quillen battling inside, and Stout will go the other way.
And that's Quillen's welcome as a sophomore to, hey,
Oh, what a heads-up play. Wigerink was camped out there for an hour and took the contact right in the chest. Those are the kind of plays that guys like Wigerink, Schoonveld, Quillen, and others are going to have to provide this year. Big-time momentum play for Tanner Wigerink.
It's just like you said, and it's same for him. I mean, he's got to step up in a big way. And like I was saying earlier, I mean, Quillen, he's welcome here. And he's got to figure out how he's gonna wake up and be a contributor here on this team.
Hope went with a quick set play. They really like that set play where they set a cross screen down there on the block. Got Quillen in good position, just shuffled his feet there a little bit early. Here's Knoll taking it up against Mormon. Out to Weiss, who just checked in a minute ago. Kick out Stout. Pretty solid ball movement here early in this one. You can tell they like to share it. That one was just off for Charlo. Wigerink corrals it, and here goes Thomas. This is one thing about Hope this year. Very multi-dimensional. Thomas just running the break himself. No need to find a point guard. Thomas can do it himself. Takes it with the left hand.
I mean, that's exactly what you look for him. I mean, he's trying to get going, and he's just saying he wants that one-on-one so he can create some space.
Knoll, another deep triple try from pretty much the exact same spot he started the game with. Knoll has an early 6 points.
That's his will. That's what he's going to do all night. We just got to get a hand in his face.
Yeah, Jackson Knoll, quick start here. 5'10" sophomore from Cuba City, Wisconsin. This roster, predominantly Wisconsin players. We have a player from Traverse City, a couple from Minnesota as well, but head coach Jim Lake in his 5th season recruiting his home state hard for the Blue Devils. Brandon Weiss kicks it out there to Nick Jungle, who just checked in. Knoll thought about the deep triple try. Guarded closely by Warman. That's a nice matchup to watch tonight.
If you're a Hope College fan and watching here, you can say Knoll shades of Chad Carlson.
Yeah, no doubt. Lefty that can really shoot it. That was a good job there by Jungle to take the contact and remain under control, able to get a shot up there on the backboard. Devin Cheney checked into that last break for Hope, the junior from Batavia, Illinois. We talked about Gabe Quillen's need to take a step forward. Cheney definitely falls into that category as well. When you talk to head coach Greg Mitchell, that's a guy that's taking a big jump.
And here comes Swinehart in the ball game for Wigerink. As really, Jordan, I think to me, from what I've seen, 5 minutes in this ball game, 10-10. Love to see how the crowd's getting into it already, but it's just going to be, I mean, I see Stout just saying, we're not going to let you get these ones down low. We're going to force you to have to drive on us, and we'll transition well here and get guys back. I just feel like they know that the physical ball game is how they're going to stay in it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It's been tough for Hope to get the crowd involved here early. No real runs by either squad. Back and forth, trading baskets. Thomas under control, but good job defensively there. They're going to cause a jump ball, and 23 Brandon Weiss is fired up about that one, able to get a hand in there on Thomas.
Thomas got the one-on-one he liked. I love that first move because he's able to get him there. He just stays tight with him enough, force a hard basket.
Thomas on the baseline, so under control. He's able to see the whole court from there. Dishes it down to Cheney. A little bit of a low pass. That one's intercepted. Here comes Weiss the other way. Handoff with Walzak. Solid defense this trip. I hope they're going to have to finish the trip, though. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Thomas and Fox going at it. Fox fall away. That one's just short. Hope has numbers. Dykehouse to Swinehart. Swinehart on the break for an easy 2 from Dykehouse. Good job there by the senior, one of the leaders on this team, Brady Swinehart, able to find some space and get out in transition. Mismatch there for Stout. And a kick out here. Great off-ball movement. That's a pretty obvious shove in the back there by Thomas on Fox. Really like the way Stout moves off the ball. A lot of curl screens, a lot of back screens.
Yeah, and that's exactly, I think that's how they're going to be able to get Fox the ball enough for the shots that he wants to take, is he's just thinking he beat E.T. to the rack there, and then he gets that foul. I mean, E.T. just no options there except push him in the back or take the easy 2.
Yep, first foul on Thomas.
Cheney gets away with one down there.
Oh, Swinehart battling down there. Cheney was able to get a hand.
Hope's just answering the bell. They're saying, you want to play physical, we have to come back at you.
Yeah, Hope showed a willingness to do that last year. No doubt about it. Here's Cheney on the perimeter spot. He's a little bit uncomfortable, and Hope's got to get organized here. Thomas, right wing. So strong, goes up, unable to finish, hounded by various Stout defenders. They're so keyed in on Thomas right now.
I mean, they have that second guy coming on the help every time, and he's even coming early because he knows that he wants to go right up to the rack.
That's a smooth-looking jumper there from Weiss. A little bit too easy. Hope defense needs to show a little bit more resistance there. Weiss able to get right to 15 feet at the foul line.
If you follow Stout, you got to think, I mean, Fox isn't the only guy.
Oh, Warman. An introduction to the Hope fans. Stops, pops at 16 feet, knocks it in.
Welcome, Dutch fans. You'll be hearing his name.
Oh, tough. Stout lighting it up from three here early. That one was deep from Traylon Barnett. Talking about freshman, the 5'10 freshman from Milwaukee. Knocks it in. Stout leads by 1. Swinehart kick out. Warman going baseline. Oh, so tough. Defying gravity. Marcus Warman with the left hand. And Dykehouse causing chaos there defensively. Hope's taking the lead. Triple try on the right wing is just off by Brandon Weiss, and that'll be a push in the back.
I do like the guard-heavy lineup right now, though, because I think in Hope's mind, Coach Mitchell's mind, he's thinking they're just wanting to get back, and we have opportunities now in transition to see if we can get some buckets, force them to be out of position. Because when Stout has been in position, they've been, to be ironic, they've been Stout.
Yeah, no doubt.
They've played good defense.
I mean, that's one thing that you have to love about Evan Thomas's game, the fact that for that 4-minute stretch, he just played the 4 and was as physical as could be, rebounding, doing all the things that you need your 4-man to do. He's back into the 3 spot now. They'll move him all around. He'll even play some point guard. Warman just so easy, turn in the corner. That's lightning for Marcus Warman with the left hand. He has 6 in his Hope debut.
Man, that is electric. He is as advertised.
Another freshman's checked in, Justice Mims. Talk about lightning quick. That's a lockdown defender, number 22, Justice Mims from Rochester Adams. And now the crowd's getting involved. Warman with the poke away. Mitchell pleading, Greg Mitchell pleading that it was off his foot.
The ref is going to call for help because he didn't see it.
Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a conference here. Warman was causing chaos there.
And we can see right in front of our viewpoint, you can see it off of the Stout foot. We got 12 to play, 18-15 is the Hope College lead.
Man, palpable intensity in here right now. 12 to play in this one, 8 minutes gone. Hope leads by 3. Such an aggressive, solid take there. Second bucket of the ball game by number 14, Traylon Barnett, the freshman.
That's the mismatch he wanted. He knew he could take Cheney to the bucket.
Schoonveld's checked back in. He's going to pass it into Cheney. Cheney working against the 6'10 Aiden Shore, unable to finish. Corrals his board. Out. Schoonveld, second triple try of the game. That one's just deep. Corralled by Shore. Oh, and Stout's going to run. Here's Preston Biggs challenging Schoonveld. Schoonveld got a hand on it, but a tip in by Fox, and Greg Mitchell upset at the Dutchman for their effort getting back on defense. I think it's warranted.
And a lot of that looked like it was directed a little bit at Mims there as he sees he had an opportunity to get back. He gave him up. Couldn't help Schoonveld, who Schoonveld was thinking, which side am I going to give up? 19-18 is the Stout lead, and Jordan, to me right now, early on, I mean, it's just Stout's. The conversation about Stout is they're thinking, we're going to stay physical, we're going to force them to have to drive. They are not letting ET get anything. So it appears to me like that's the game plan, and it's keeping them in this ball game so far.
Yeah, no doubt. You can hear head coach Jim Lake from here at the scorer's table just screaming, rebound, rebound, rebound. He wants them to make contact early and often when a shot goes up. That's one way that Stout's going to be able to really compete well here tonight is can they control the boards. I think Hope, if you want to limit second chances, that's a great recipe for success for this Blue Devils team. This is a Stout team that's able to match up with Hope size-wise, and the rebounding's been big for them so far.
Noel leads Stout scores with 6. He's got 2 3-pointers, and then it's Werman with 6 for Hope.
We talked a lot at the outset about Evan Thomas and Clayton Dykehouse Neither able to get going here so far. Stout switch up defensively. They're in a 1-3-1. A little bit of a pressure 1-3-1. I like this look from Stout. Love the coaching decision by Jim Lake out of the timeout.
And he's just got his length out there. He's putting that 6'10" center right in the middle, saying you just can't get in the ball in the middle. Mims looking for direction from Coach Mitch, see how they're going to break this.
Looks like Stout switched back to a man. I like that switch up there by Coach Lake. Just throw a little bit of a different look at them. They're back to man now, are the Blue Devils.
I think he just wanted to see what they were going to do with the guards and see what their opportunity was.
Dykehouse probing left baseline. Nice pass to Quillen. Quillen tried the baby floater there. No good. Here's Mims. They're going to reset the offense. 15 on the shot clock. Dykehouse refuses the screen with the left hand. He's just weaving his way in there.
He knew he can blow right by him, and that's what you get with this Hope guard set. And their guard play is they want to get one-on-one so they can do that.
That's a look that Stout really likes. You can tell from the bench here that they want those one-on-one isolation looks to try to turn the corner. Mims with a nice poke away there on the rebound. Dykehouse, step back, triple try. Oh, that one was halfway in, and there's Mims. That's what he provides to this Hope team, those extra effort hustle plays.
It's huge to reset this clock. 20-19 is the Hope College lead. We got 10 to play.
Dykehouse on the handoff. Looking for Quillen. Good job. Body control and a weight room move from Gabe Quillen.
You got to love that. And to think, too, some of this pressure that moving forward on this season for Dykehouse, it was 14.6 points per game last year. He's going to have some of that pressure taken off if he can rely on guys, And we'll see how many minutes they're going to put Dykehouse with Werman, see that two-guard play. I think he's just going to try some different lineups and see what fits best.
Oh, Dykehouse, he's just making all types of things happen right now. Out to Wiggerink. Wiggerink tried the jam and no good. Dykehouse kick out. Wiggerink, triple try. That one's short. The junior, he can knock down a 3 or 2. That one seemed a little bit quick early in the shot clock. Deep triple try there. Oh, nothing but the bottom for Preston Biggs, the junior from Traverse City.
He's got that long shot. I think he just needs a little bit of time, and he had that. Knotted at 22. 9.5 to play.
Dykehouse out to Quillen. Quillen thought about that 3-ball. That's something that he's tried to add over the summer. Be able to step out and shoot maybe one triple a game. Dykehouse, triple try. Yeah, that's automatic. If you give him space, he shoots 40% from the 3 in his career. That's automatic for Clayton Dykehouse. Coach Lake calling out the play call here. Hope leads by 3 halfway through this first half. Hope defensive pressure really turned up here in the last 30 seconds. Mims pestering Jackson Knoll.
A little lucky he didn't get called, but his hands are a little bit too tight.
Oh, I thought that was excellent defense by Tanner Wiggerink, but wasn't quite good enough as Charlo knocks that one in from 8 feet.
And you can see Coach Mitchell a little bit upset. Just wants to see a little bit more physicality down there, disrupt the shot. Like you said, good defense, but great move by Mims.
Yeah, I'm so impressed by this Stout defense. The best thing about this Stout defense is their help side. They have like 3 different guys on the weak side staring at the ball at all times. It's so tough to drive in there. Guys like Dykehouse and Thomas love to get in there into the paint, get to 2 feet. Really tough when you got 3 guys on you.
They came in with a plan. Jordan, just like we've talked about, they came in with a plan. They said, we're prepared for ET, we're prepared for Dykehouse, and they're just going to say, we're going to help on that help side, not let them get the easy drives so they know we're a little bit faster.
Knoll stops. That was a good look for Jackson Knoll. Can't hit. The one question mark really going into this Hope season is, Dykehouse to Wiggerink. That's a nice automatic little 4-foot baby hook from Tanner Wiggerink and another good pass from Clayton Dykehouse.
You can see the confidence starting to build. They got punched in the mouth early, and now Hope's starting to settle in.
Triple try. Oh, that one rimmed out. 360 try by Jacob Walzak. Dykehouse going to push the pace. He takes Walzak. Look at that help side come in by Stout. That's so excellent by the Blue Devils. Always 2 guys there when they get in the paint. Quillen's going to get tagged with the over the back foul.
And he's frustrated, I think, because he got beat up the court a little bit. He couldn't get back, and he was looking at that opportunity to steal a board. But I know he's just frustrated with himself because he got beat up the court a little bit early. Sub in here for Stout. I think that's Traylon Barnett.
Yeah, Barnett, the freshman who has been aggressive. They're going to have Barnett run the 1 here on this trip. One question going into the season, no doubt, is, oh, look at Marcus Warman, and he's fired up a little bit of emotion from the freshman.
Well, Jordan, I'm coming off calling that Hope girls game. Quite a bit different score here at the onset. Hope women's breaking several records tonight. Most points scored in the first half with 67. And they scored 143 points. Most points scored in a women's D3 basketball game.
Yeah, it was a pretty unbelievable scene here once you got into that third quarter, and Hope was just unrelenting. Marcus Warman, the freshman's fired up. A coming out party for Marcus Warman. Triple try, he has 9 points. Stops for Fox. Fox, that one's off the back rim.
Transition, move it. Dykehouse wants to. He knows he can. Get him out of position.
Dykehouse, oh, he's looking for Quillen. He found himself in no man's land there. Stout's going to try to return the favor. They're pushing. There's Burks. Yeah, caught carrying there. You get the sense that we're at a little bit of a turning point in this one. Hope, 6-point lead. The defense has been turned up, causing turnovers. You get the sense that if Hope can go 4-0 run, 6-0 run here, they can really stretch this thing out.
And it's just like we talked about. I mean, this team last year, they made adjustments. The team last year looked like, you saw early on, you're like, how talented are they? They were making adjustments early in this game. This is a mature team.
Dykehouse, great look down there. Warman corrals the board. Oh my God, Warman getting whatever he wants right now. He's in double digits, left hand reverse, and
he's a freshman. He sure doesn't play like it.
No doubt. He playing beyond his years right now. Yeah, that one's out of bounds. Talking about no man's land. Brendan Weiss unable to get the shot up. Great defense there by Wiggering.
I mean, what a party gift here for Coach Mitchell and the staff, considering, hey, we got Dykehouse, we got ET, we got some guard play that's very good, that's the best in the country. Hey, I'm just going to throw you Marcus Warman, the guy that's going to come off the bench and be an easy 15.
Yeah, it's like we said before, Hope fans can sleep comfortably knowing that Warman is in the orange and blue here for the next 4 years. That's going to be a 30-second timeout by Stout, and we're going to keep it right here. Matt, 6.5 minutes left in this first half. What do you think? Let's talk UW Stout here. If you're in the UW Stout huddle, what is Coach Lake saying to his guys? What is he emphasizing here moving forward? Because this thing could go 2 ways here in the next 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, down 8, I think it's been great so far for them. I love the defense pressure. Like you talked about, their help side has been awesome. I think he throws in that 1-3-1 again. Get Shore back in there in the center and force Hope to try and either shoot out of it, which, I mean, Hope's three-point shooting is good, not great, but force them to shoot out of it because it's clear they want to continue to take away that drive from ET. I mean, I don't know when he's going to get going. A guy that was 19 points per game last year, and he's been quiet so far.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I would not be surprised to see more switch-ups from this UW Stout defense. Warman's really just been able to turn the corner at will, so they got to do a little bit something different. Thomas corrals his own board, can't hit. A little bit of frustration from Thomas. He's seen a lot of bodies when he gets in the paint.
Looks like Stout's going to stay with that man-to-man so far. Just have success being physical. Wow.
Oh, my. Schoonveld, I swear, Schoonveld, you watch him in warm-ups, it's like he has a trampoline in his feet. That guy just keeps going up and up.
I feel like he can jump higher than last year. He is an ultra athlete.
Yeah, Hope fans might remember the game at Calvin last year when Schoonveld had one of the best dunks that I've seen anyone in a Hope uniform have. He went baseline there in the first half and posterized a couple different guys. So crazy athlete is Eli Schoonveld. Great rebound underneath there by Nick Jungle. Able to get it out. That's Jackson Knoll. Deep triple. That one's off. Good hustle here by Stout. This is, if I'm thinking of adjectives to describe this Stout team, it's just relentless, tough. They battle.
Absolutely. Not like any of their other Wisconsin teams that are out there. That's what they like to do. I mean, they love to come into the boss, play us tough. If it's Whitewater, if it's Stout, whoever it might be, they always will give us a tough matchup.
Yeah, speaking of tough Wisconsin teams, Hope right back in action tomorrow at 5 o'clock against UW Oshkosh. Preseason number 3 in the country on D3Hoops.com. That Oshkosh team is going to be a really tough test. Warman stops, pops. Thought that would go. unable to hit. 5.5 minutes left here. Hope leads by 10. Noel, man, he's been a really impressive player.
He's making his will known. He's saying, this is my identity. I'll be a lefty, and I'm going to shoot it.
You got to love his game. He's been very impressive.
Just makes me miss Chad Carlson.
Chad Carlson, of course, Hope assistant at the moment. One of the best three-point shooters in Hope history. Thomas, kick out.
With a travel there.
Yeah, I think he did as well. Might have switched his pivot foot. Hope, they've won some 50-50 balls. That's going to be important. Warman, left wing, triple! Marcus Warman having himself a night. 14 for the freshman, and Hope's up 13.
We got 4:43 to play here. 37-27 is the Hope College lead. The Hope crowd getting into it so far. You love to see every year. As we take a look here at the Werman three, as he turns, takes a little bit look at Coach Lake and keeps moving.
Yeah, oh my gosh, Warman's making so many things happen right now. He's going to lead the break himself, tip away, and finish for Marcus Warman. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this is one of the best debut performances that I've seen in a Hope uniform, and we got a little mini standing O here in DeVos Fieldhouse.
Man, what an unbelievable performance. You remind me of the former number one, Jason Beckman.
Yeah, he's shades of Beckman, shades of Hawkins. You could throw in whatever former Hope guard you want in there. And
I'm just really impressed personally. I think, he's got 16. You can see it on the offensive end. But normally you don't see freshmen come in. It's normally they're outsized. I mean, he's able to be physical. You see that steal he got to get in transition. To have that kind of confidence as a freshman to say, he's looking saying, I'm ready for this moment and I'm ready to be a guy that's going to contribute throughout the year. Who's to say where his ceiling really can be? But I mean, on top of that, Jordan, to me right now, I think, it's been some good minutes out of the starter, Quillen and Wegerink, but I think some of the comments, coaching staff talking to Quillen over there would be, hey, you got to continue to stay in that game. You got to get up and down the court a little bit quicker. Hope is so fast, and he would be the one guy. He's a great centerpiece for him, but he's got to be able to get back up the court, and so we can play 5-on-5, not 4-on-5.
Yeah, we've seen flashes of physicality from Hope here tonight. They're battling on the boards, but the question is, can that physicality be sustained for long periods? Hope so quick. Dykhouse, Mormon, Thomas, ultra quick. Schoonveld, so athletic. Justice Mims off the bench has shown some quickness. In the MIAA, day in and day out, and if you want to advance to the Sweet 16, Elite 8 of the NCAA tournament, you're going to have to show physicality. I think that's something that Coach Mitchell always talks about. Can we be physical defensively? Talking a little bit more about Marcus Warman, I had heard a ton about him coming in. My dad, Ken George, assistant on the Hope staff, has a long relationship with actually Marcus's father, and all I'd heard about Marcus coming in was so quick, gets to the rim easily, plays so hard defensively. You didn't hear a lot about his three-point shooting. That's not something that coming in he was known as, and 2 early threes for Marcus Warman.
And we're back in action here. 4.5 to play. Almost a steal by Hope there.
Oh, Devin Cheney rejects that one into the second row. That was a nice take there by Traylon Barnett.
He needed that one. Cheney needed that one. That looks good. Let's see if they're going to go right back to shore here.
I really like Barnett's confidence. Traylon Barnett, the freshman from Milwaukee, going right at the bigger Cheney. Here's Charlo. Charlo posting up Swinehart. Charlo with the left hand. That one knocked off the glass for 2. That might be the easiest 2 that Charlo will have all night.
Coach Lake calling for a press. They don't hear the direction just in time, but I think that's what he wants to put pressure on the guard play now.
Here's Thomas. Thomas over to Dykhouse. Dykhouse, right hand dribble. Him and Barnett. That's a nice matchup.
Weiss is on ET like glue.
ET rejected by Weiss. 5 on the shot clock. ET getting into the paint. Great body control by Thomas, unable to finish. Cheney with the poke away, and a 50-50 ball won by Stout. They'll go the other way. Here's Barnett to Fox. Fox, oh, slashing, so tough. The 6'6" Fox, able to just stretch out for that one.
Flashes that. I guess I can see how he got to 44 the other night. They got to get him going if they want to get back in this game down 8.
Warman, right wing, surveying. He's calling for a ball screen to Cheney. 15 on the shot clock for the Flying Dutchman. Over to Dykehouse. He's been quiet offensively so far, but has kept the ball moving. Here's Thomas, posting on the baseline. We'll see if Stout runs another guy at him. They will. Yeah, that'll be a walk by Thomas. He could not get any free space.
You know, I think that's just the frustration there for him. He knew, I mean, he's on the double team, rolls right into it, thinks he can go right through it. I really see that as more just a frustration shot as we see the replay here.
Warman's going to get a break. Checking in is freshman Ethan Crabtree, another freshman for this Flying Dutchman team from Coldwater, Michigan. And we've talked about athletes. Crabtree might be right up there with Schoonveld athlete-wise. That's a nice little pull up there by Aiden Short to cut the Hope lead to 6. Crabtree out of Coldwater High School, first team All-State last year. Really, really bouncy. Tore his ACL towards the end of last season and still trying to regain some of that athleticism back. 15 on the shot clock. Great defensive trip here by Wisconsin-Stout. Thomas, pull up, 14 feet. That one's just short. That's the kind of trip that Stout wants. Noel's going to push the pace. Here's Fox going on Swinehart. Swinehart tried to take the charge, and Fox able to finish.
I thought Swinehart was set there, but man, Stout cuts this lead to 4. Hope's got to get a bucket here.
Impressive response by the Blue Devils to a furious Hope run. Good ball movement here by Hope. Dykehouse, good find to Cheney. Thought Cheney was fouled, and the official underneath didn't call that one. Far side official picked it up, and Cheney will head to the line for 2.
So now 1:54 to play here in the half. 39-35. It's the Hope College lead. Really here, I mean, I just see that it's just, you know, Evans rolling into that double team, and I just see him trying to the side. I mean, he's settling now for that jumper to get going. I think he just wants to get it going offensively so he can feel a little bit of that confidence.
This Wisconsin-Stout team, they face a gauntlet of a schedule. They play in the WIAC, which generally is known as one of the best conferences in Division III basketball. I'm a little bit of a Division III basketball nerd, Matt, and one of my favorite YouTube channels is the D3 Datacast, and it's two Calvin alums that run it, and they did a ranking. Their top 10 D3 conferences, and the WIAC actually came in at number 1. So this is a great test on the road for the Stout team. They're going to play in a lot of hostile environments against top teams. That tip away by Crabtree found the hands of Wiggerink, and Hope will get a fresh 20. Under 2 minutes remaining here. Hope leads by 4. Got to get some quality looks, head into halftime with some momentum. Here's Dykehouse dancing with it. 5 on the shot clock. Dykehouse, big time take, can't finish. Wiggerink with the offensive board.
Huge board.
Thomas taking it inside. Left hand, Evan Thomas, count it for 2. The body control from the All-American senior.
He just can do stuff that other guys can't. I mean, that's great body control by him, being able to get that to go. He's getting hacked. He's getting hit a lot today.
And 22, Carson Moe is going to take his seat. Moe picking up his 3rd foul. You can tell that Carson Moe, his job out there, the 6'2 senior, comes in at 205. He's a sturdy guy. He's out there as kind of their enforcer, their guy that's just going to battle down low. 3 fouls for Moe.
So, Jordan, tell me a little bit about, I mean, you talked about being a D3 basketball nerd, but, you know, being somebody that's been with this team for a while and known, what's it like, the physicality at the Division III level, as people think, oh, it's not Division I, but this is a high level of basketball.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Anyone who, I suggest anyone come watch a Division III basketball game and sit in one of the first few rows. I mean, just take a look at warm-ups. Hope had, I think, one guy on their squad that wasn't throwing down dunks in pregame. This is a high level of basketball. And at a place like Hope, one reason why they can recruit so well is you see right now there's 2,500 to 3,000 people in the building. There's great atmospheres in Division III and incredible athletes. Evan Thomas, a guy who was getting looks from schools like Toledo, Kent State, and others, he decided to come to Hope. be a pre-med major and play basketball and get a chance to play for 4 years. That was an off-ball foul. That triple try by Briggs in the corner wasn't able to go, and that'll be a foul on Tanner Wigerink, his first off the ball.
I think it's also a credit. I mean, Stout is looking pretty big as well, but it's a credit to Coach Margaret's and the work that he's doing in the weight room with these guys to consider. I mean, Tanner Wigerink's a guy, I've known him, 7, 8 years of my life, and I mean, he's put on 20 pounds in 2 years. He's looking so much so much bigger and stronger, and you got to think, that's a credit to Coach Margaret's and the work that they're doing here.
Invaluable work by Coach Margaret's and the strength and conditioning staff. Deep triple try. That one just off for Charlo. We'll see if Hope tries to go a little 2 for 1 here for Thomas up top. Hope leads by 7. That lead has fluctuated here throughout the first half, but they've led most of the way. Thomas stepped through. That one denied by 33, Nick Jungle. Good help side defense. Crabtree's going to inbound it for Hope. The freshman from Coldwater seen some minutes here in the last 4 or 5.
Looks like a new Hope face in there. Number 23, Robert Nosek, getting time.
Yeah, Robert, a guy who his freshman year spent quite a bit of time on the junior varsity squad, and then last year saw minutes sparingly. He's in that group of guys when we talk about guys like Cheney and Rob Nocek and even Wigerink and Schoonveld and Quillen, all these guys that need to take that next step forward, no doubt about it. Here's Jackson Knoll up top. He's shown ability to hit the long ball. That one over to Charlo. Charlo denied. Great block there by Devin Cheney. Crabtree's going to take it the other way. Mitchell pleading for his team to slow it down and take the last shot.
Up 7, it's 42-35. Just under 20 seconds to play.
Dykehouse, top of the key. 15 seconds left on the clock. Hope's going to want to ideally go with about 6 seconds left. They went a little bit early, and that one poked away from Devin Cheney. Scrum for it down there. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession goes to UW-Stout with 5.5 left on the game clock.
I mean, I think it's Knoll all the way here. See if they can get him off screen. Looks like he's going to take the ball out of bounds. There's 5.5 to play here.
Justice Mims checks in for defensive purposes. They're going to go put Justice Mims on Fox, it looks like. We're going to get a timeout here by UW-Stout. Wise timeout by Jim Lake to draw something up here in the last 5.5 seconds. I liked your call about getting Knoll maybe with a head of steam getting downhill towards the basket. Wouldn't be surprised if we had the biggest guy on the court, Aiden Shore, set a hard ball screen for Jackson Knoll. See if he can get some momentum. He's shown the ability to stop and pop from deep. A score here from UW-Stout would give them good momentum heading into half. It's been a back and forth first half. Hope's led most of the way. Pretty even statistics-wise, though, as UW-Stout has really been able to quell Evan Thomas, the preseason All-American.
Yeah, and I would even consider Jordan. I mean, they could do him off a double ball screen, but they could even bring him off ball and see if they could just get him a little bit of room. Like you said, I mean, he'd be happy to hike from anywhere behind 25 feet even. But it looks like he's going to be the one that's catching ball from the out of bounds.
We'll have Warman up there guarding him. Warman, no fouls yet tonight, so no issue there. Warman's the right guy to cover him. 4, 3, 2. They're going to go to Fox on Justice Mims, trying to get ahead of steam. That one was released too late. Good defensive stop there by Hope, as Hope leads 42-35 heading into halftime of the season opener against the UW-Stout Blue Devils. We're going to keep it right here just to dissect this one for a few minutes during the halftime break. And Matt, thinking about this game as we head in here to a veterans presentation here in DeVos Fieldhouse. We're going to have any veterans stand up in the crowd. That's an awesome moment here on Veterans Day.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, here at halftime, 42-35, for me, what it's been all about is, you got Dykehouse playing 19 to 20 minutes. That's who Coach Mitch trusts. And I don't have a problem with that. I think he's a guy that, I mean, he's going to be in that 33 to 35 minute range probably throughout this year. and especially with the way that they're playing ET and bringing so much help side, I think the plan for Hope here with a 7-point lead is how can they continue to get other guys going, even move the ball around a little bit more. They were a team last year, they like to do so much dribble drive because they have these super athletes, and they've got Spoonvelt jump out of the gym athleticism. You got Dykhouse light and quick. You got Werman, this new toy to play with. And now I think you just got to consider how can we get the ball, to other guys, move the ball around, and even get guys to shoot. I don't mind Swinehart shooting an open three here or anything like that. As for Stout, I think stick to your game plan. It's working so far, and I think Hope has been a little startled by that. I think a lot of what we're going to be able to figure out in the second half is going to happen that first 5 minutes. Does Stout come back and cut it to 2, or does Hope start to ride away?
Yeah, those first 4 minutes are going to be so pivotal to set the tone for the second half. Last thing we'll talk about before heading to break, just a thought. Wisconsin-Stout is bringing so much help side. Usually, as Hope is crossing that midline of the court, there's 3 or 4 guys with eyes on the ball as we're watching some replays here. I think a good strategy here for Hope moving forward. They're 4 for 8 from the 3-point line here in the first half, as we see Warman knock one in there on the replay. How can they get more kick-out opportunities? Evan Thomas, Clayton Dykhouse, these other guys getting to 2 feet in the lane. I think the opposite side, with so much pressure from Stout, how can they get their eyes wide, kick it out? They're 4 for 8 from the 3-point line. They're shooting it well. I'd love to see Hope attempt a few more open threes. I think those kickouts could be open.
Or you even go, you go high ball screen with Quillen or with Cheney, and then instead of that roll, Dykhouse just gets a little bit of room so he can dish out there to one of the wings that's ready for that corner 3.
Yeah, well, Hope leads by 7 here at the half. Notable performance by the freshman Marcus Warman with 16. UW Stout really putting up a physical fight here against the Flying Dutchman in the season opener. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so from DeVos Fieldhouse. Hope leads 42-35.
And what we're imagining now, as we look out to the future, is not just a tweak to the old system. We're imagining an entirely new system. In a Hope Forward model, every student who comes through the doors of Hope College would have their tuition 100% covered.
Hello, I'm Trigby Johnson, and I serve as the Dean of the Chapel at Hope College. I'd like to thank you for your continued relationship with Hope. Thank you for being our people. People are what make this campus special, a people rooted in our shared faith in Jesus Christ. And in that spirit, I'd like to personally invite you to come join us for chapel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 a.m. Come and join the next generation of Hope College students as we sing the old songs of the faith and some new ones. Come and enter in and experience the energy and vitality of what it is to be a Christian here at Hope College, as God shapes us to be a people of hope now and for future generations.
Every day, the people of Hope College are
leading,
discovering,
believing,
dreaming,
pursuing,
serving,
innovating,
exploring,
creating,
collaborating,
questioning,
curing.
We are finding new ways to do old things.
We are challenging the status quo
and building a legacy.
We are pursuing truth.
We are solving tomorrow's problems today.
We are thinking globally.
We are faithfully hoping.
We are celebrating victories.
This day and every day,
We are strengthened by our faith,
bound by a shared commitment to building community,
and dedicated to providing our students with a world-class liberal arts education.
faithful.
welcoming, transformational.
This is Hope College.
Coming in, I didn't really have much experience with business. My dad's a French teacher and my mom's a nurse, and so I didn't have any super personal experience with that.
I was excited to start college, but it was definitely a new step that the nerves were also there too.
I was very overwhelmed. Centering myself in the business department as I got here, that was part of the reason of why I felt it was like a natural progression from high school to college. My first big introduction was Business 222. Once I kind of got into that, it kind of opened my eyes to like what is out there and how much there is that Hope can prepare me for.
I joined Launch my first semester, which is a business program that introduces first-year students to the business and economics department. We met about twice a month, so it was the perfect time commitment where I wasn't feeling overwhelmed already with schoolwork on top of this.
It's so important to get engaged early because, frankly, you come to college and we just don't think that you really have enough experience and have enough knowledge to confidently make a decision decision about what you want to do next.
Coming in, I saw this opportunity to meet all these upperclassmen who were business majors, who had at the time so much more wisdom than I did. We really wanted to get into business club and see what that had to offer.
Getting engaged early is going to give you experiences that you can build on. It's going to help you build your professional network and relationships. You're going to be known and you will be supported, but you are in the driver's seat, and so it is going to take your stepping into this and being committed and staying engaged, because you're going to be the one that's navigating this journey and that's taking some of these next steps. And then when you do that, we'll be alongside there to help.
The River Place in downtown Holland redefines active senior living. A no-step floor plan is designed around your needs, so you can leave the worries of home ownership behind and enjoy a vibrant lifestyle right outside your door. Make the River Place your home. Visit resthaven.org/riverplace to reserve yours today.
And we're back here at DeVos Fieldhouse on the beautiful campus of Hope College in Holland, Michigan. Jordan George alongside Matt Wayner, and you just witnessed the first half that was ultra physical, back and forth, frustrating for some individual players, but I think if you're a Hope College fan, you have to feel pretty good about that effort and that performance there through 20 minutes.
So here's we look at the second half, Jordan. I think to me, as we see some of the replays here, it's really, to me, I think we're going to know a lot in these first 5 minutes. I mean, Stout going to stay in that man? What did Coach Lake see when he moved to that 1-3-1? Does there need to be more opportunities to do that? And I'm really curious to see what adjustments Coach Mitchell wants to make. That's a story last year why I think they had so much success to be able to, make the tournament and have the success they did because of the way that they were able to make halftime adjustments. So I'm really curious to see what Coach Mitch comes up with here.
Yeah, you said it. I think the first 4 or 5 minutes are absolutely huge. Just this Stout team really tried to establish themselves physically in that first half. I think that doesn't change here in the first few minutes as Hope a couple different times is able to get the crowd involved. I think that could become a factor. Really full student section over there. And I think if you could start fast here, that momentum could really snowball for the Flying Dutchman.
Got
oh my goodness, there. He got away with an obvious travel there. I thought.
Coach Lake has his hands up.
Yeah, and he has a definite argument. Quillen left his feet and then put the ball down before. I mean, in the air, that was a travel there, and Hope got away with one. Hope leads by 9. Stout, great ball movement. They're trying to find mismatches and isolation plays on the wing. Driving on Wiggerink is Charlo. Over to Fox. He's guarded closely by Schoonveld. Stops and hits. Really impressive player is Brody Fox, the 6'6 sophomore.
Yeah, that's the one he liked. You don't need him to get going, that's for sure.
Speaking of getting going, Evan Thomas is going to try to do just that. Great pass down there to Gabe Quillen. Quillen can't finish.
Just square those shoulders up. That's all he needs.
Fox on the break, driving on Schoonveld. Kicks. Charlo out to Weiss. Weiss stops. Nice 15-foot look there by Shore. Couldn't hit. Hope will go the other way. They lead by 7. Dykehouse out to Quillen. Hope needs to get the ball moving here, pushed up just a tiny bit. Quillen, triple try for the big man. That one's off back iron. Wigerink out to Dykehouse. Dykehouse in front of the Duke crew, sent Fox flying. Oh, what a pass by Dykehouse. Tipped away. 10 on the shot clock for the Flying Dutchman.
He did that mid-air spin, 360. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Looks like he'll take it himself.
Yeah, he's going to isolate there. A little bit too passive was Clayton Dykehouse as Wigerink chucks up a 3-ball that eventually goes, but is just late. Thought Dykehouse could have gone up there for a little 8-foot fall away. Hope leads by 7. Hope multiple scoring opportunities. If you're UW Stout, you have to feel like you have a little bit of new life here on this trip. Weiss out to Shore. A lot of handoff action from this UW Stout team. There's Jackson Knoll. Great pass to Shore. Shore's able to finish with the easy 2. Not only can Knoll shoot it, but he also has the vision.
Man, yeah, I'm impressed by what Stout's doing so far. Well coached, made good adjustment.
Quillen looking for a teammate. Dykehouse swings to Schoonveld. They find Wigerink. Great pass. Really good ball movement. That went top to wing to post in about a second.
It's exactly like we talked about before the break. I mean, let's move the ball all the way around the perimeter. Find that open look. I mean, there's your mismatch.
Dykehouse guarding Knoll tightly, and Knoll banks open on a Friday night in Holland. That one's good for Knoll. He has 12 points. Hope leads by 4.
Banks open on Friday, never open on Sunday downtown Holland.
Absolutely. It's inconvenienced me a time or two. Hope draws the foul there on George Charlo, 6'5" junior.
46-42, 17 to play here in the second half.
20 on the shot clock for Dykehouse. He's matched up with Knoll up top. Curl cut by Evan Thomas. Nothing was there. They're going to find Thomas posting at 8 feet. They bring 2 defenders.
I'm so impressed by what Weiss has done this game on ET. I mean, he did his homework. He's fighting through every screen. He's not even allowing that entry pass because he knows that he's going to get beat off the dribble. So he's just creating no space for ET.
Yeah, I mean, E.T., he's been hounded when he has the ball, and it's been tough for him to even catch the ball. Thomas, left-hand drive, got some space there. Kicks, Wigerink, 17-foot jumper. That one's good. The junior from West Ottawa connects and puts Hope up 6. Wigerink, he's been quiet offensively, but then you look up there and he has 9 points. Kind of a glue guy for Hope this year. Great take in there by Charlo. Just a little bit short on the left-hand fall away. Here goes Dykehouse.
Hope will live with that look all day. See them convert to 2 here.
Dykehouse so shifty out there. You get the sense that he could break away at any moment. Out to Thomas. Thomas sends his defender flying. Fall away at 15 feet. That one's deep. Wigerink out. Dykehouse in front of the Duke crew. Yes! Wow. Clayton Dykehouse for 3.
Bingo, baby.
And we have a timeout. Little emotion from Dykehouse, and we're at that point again. 9-point lead for the Flying Dutchman. We'll see. It's a turning point in this ballgame. We're going to go to commercial here. Full timeout. Hope leads by 9. Back here at DeVos Fieldhouse, we talked at the top of the broadcast about first impressions. How can you set the tone? This is another chance for this Hope team to stretch out this 9-point lead. We'll see how they respond out of the timeout. Fox, 16-foot jumper. That one's short. Here comes Thomas. Can he take it himself? Goes right at Fox. Wisconsin-Stout sends multiple defenders. Wigerink left hand just off. Quillen tip try. How about it? Gabe Quillen, Johnny on the spot for 2.
Very mature by Evan. You know he wanted to go up and take that easy too, and he settled for the better shot. There's Quillen getting tough over there on shore. I like that.
Yeah, Wigerink and Quillen here over the next couple minutes going to have to be strong. There's Dykehouse on the rebound. That one was off by Walzak. Dykehouse probing the defense, taking his time. Nifty dribble. Dykehouse too strong with the right hand. Uh-oh, it's getting stretched out. Hope up 13 here with 15 minutes left in the second half.
I mean, that's where you got to think Clayton has matured so much. I mean, that's a move that, as a freshman, was so hard for him to finish, and the body control and the strength now, he's just gotten so much better.
Fox short on that one. Wisconsin-Stout has gone cold. Last 3 trips short on pull-ups. Here comes Dykehouse. He's working on Weiss. Dykehouse, reverse try, no good. Out to Wigerink. Wigerink goes up strong and is hit with both arms. He'll go to the free throw line.
I love that from Wigerink. You know, honestly, I'm just seeing from him, he just can't hesitate. Like, demand your will to be known. Go to the basket, go to the basket, go to the basket. Force them to stop him time and time again. When you're that big, demand your will to be known.
One thing I've really liked about Wigerink here tonight is he just seems to be around the basketball quite a bit. It's deflections. It's even if you don't get the rebound, you're getting a hand on a rebound or you're hitting a body. I think it's a good philosophy for Wigerink to have moving forward. How can I be around the ball? A couple of Wisconsin-Stout substitutions here, including number 14, Traylon Barnett, the freshman who really impressed in that first half with a couple of big buckets. And speaking of freshmen, Justice Mims going to check in, give Wigerink a break. Wigerink with 11 on the evening. Hope leads by 15. Huge defensive trip for Hope. They've got the 2 freshman stoppers in there in Warman and Mims. Look at Warman on Barnett. What a matchup. Inside. That's Jungle. Working on Devin Chaney. Jungle trying to get to that left hand. Yep, he got Devin Chaney just off balance enough to force the foul.
Yeah, that's just one of those. You just can't leave your feet that early and expect him not to go right through to get that foul call. 57-42. Got 14:22 to play here in the ball game.
And a little behind the scenes moment right here. Greg Mitchell just came over and called to Marcus Warman like he was going to call out a new set, and Marcus told him they've already got something cooked up. So that's big time trust to put in your freshman point guard there that let him call the offense on this one. That one's tipped out by Stout. Going to go the other way.
Some stat updates here, point totals here for Hope. We got Werman still with 16, Dykehouse with 12, and now Wigerink with 11. For Stout, it's Knoll with 12 and Fox with 10.
Stout brought a little bit of early pressure here. Here's Warman over to Mims. Oh, what a set play by Hope. That's their bread and butter right there. Cross screen, nothing easier for Devin Chaney than that bucket. Hope up 17. Great dribble move there. Fox got Evan Thomas a little bit off balance and then able to go in for the 2. He's fouled. He'll head to the free throw line.
Team's second.
We're going to have to sub out Chaney. We'll see here. I think he's got 2.
They're going to say that one was on the floor. Settle inbound underneath. Hope up 17. 14 minutes left here at DeVos Fieldhouse. Over to Jungle. Nice backdoor look there. They tried to hit Fox.
You know, we've talked a lot about how Stout's been able to stymie Evan Thomas, but Fox hasn't really gotten much going with only 10 points. Hope's doing just as good on him.
Yeah, Hope's throwing a steady diet of Evan Thomas and Eli Schoonveld at Fox, and that's done the trick. Dykehouse with the long rebound. A little bit of numbers here for Hope. Dykehouse is going to stay aggressive here. Kick out, Mims, front of the Dew Crew. Corner 3 ball, Justice Mims. The diaper dandy for 3, and Hope leads by 20. Good job there by Cheney to stay straight up, and Warman gets a hand in there. There's Jungle. That one's going to be thrown away. Hope basketball.
Now you can see how the tides have turned. 62-42 is the Hope lead, 13.5 to play here. I think Stout's just about running out of energy here.
Yeah, Hope's going to have to keep their foot on the gas. Stout's shown a desire to continue to be physical. Next few offensive trips are big for Hope. Can they get quality looks? My goodness, Warman able to get to the rim. Couldn't finish with the left hand there.
He is lightning in a bottle quick. I am very impressed at this level. For him to be that fast is extremely impressive.
Oh, that one thrown away. Hope's going to go on the attack. Here's Warman. No numbers for the Flying Dutchman. He'll wisely bring it out to Clayton Dykehouse. 13 minutes to play. Hope leads by 20 here against the Blue Devils of Wisconsin-Stout.
I'm still really impressed with Stout's defense, though. I mean, that's what's keeping them in this game. To only score 42 at this point, I think down the stretch, if it's not Fox or Knoll, I don't know how they're going to stay in ball games, but their defense is going to keep them in. They just got to, I guess, think we're just going to be physical. That's going to be our identity. See if we can get a bunch of mismatches for Fox. And
there's no question that Hope has had to earn every single one of their baskets. I think the one easy basket that I can remember, actually two, Swinehart breakaway layup and then Cheney on the set play. That's about it. I mean, every other shot has been
on that steal was able to get an easy two. But other than transition buckets, I mean, it's been uphill sledding, and that's why you got to credit the coaching staff and what they're able to do to make some adjustments, be able to get some different looks. You got your All-American guy is not 19 a game tonight, so let's get creative and find opportunities for other guys to score and see what you got all year.
Jungle, nice move there by Jungle, able to turn the corner on Cheney. Couldn't finish, though. We're going to go the other way. Dykehouse, right hand dribble. Warman a little bit slow getting back, looked like he got hit in the mouth. Dykehouse, thought he was going to go triple try. Warman, left wing, three ball. That one's just deep, and Cheney battling for the board. Stout will go the other way.
If you're a Dutch fan, you got to think of these minutes that Cheney's getting in are huge. I mean, with Quill in the starter and foul trouble, Cheney's been huge off the bench.
Hope has numbers. Mims looked for Dykehouse. Dykehouse lefty underhand pass to Wiggering, streaking to the basket. I like the look, maybe just a little bit quick for the Dutchman. That's going to cause an open UW Stout look there, and that one just off. Good look there from Briggs, the Traverse City product. Couldn't hit. Hope substitutions. Quillen's going to check in for Cheney. I thought those were big-time minutes from Devin Cheney right there. He did a lot of things that may not show up in the box score, but big-time impact.
Absolutely.
And we got a timeout here. This is a Hope College timeout. I think Mitchell wants to talk just about offensive decision-making here. Full timeout. Hope leads by 20. Just under 12 to go here from DeVos Fieldhouse.
Of a marginalized family's future filling with hope. For $60, you can change the life trajectory of a family through the gift of a goat. When a family receives a goat through Gift of Hope, they have access to nutrition and income. Visit www.rca.org/givehope to shop gifts that share Christ's love. Give a different kind of gift this holiday season. Give a goat, give hope.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
Back here at DeVos Fieldhouse, Hope leads by 20 over Wisconsin-Stout. Just under 12 minutes to play here from a DeVos Fieldhouse that has definitely felt energized by this second half performance by the Flying Dutchman.
You know, like we were talking at the break a little bit, George, I mean, these bench minutes from Hope, they might go 9 or 10 deep with guys that are going to play valuable minutes, as it looks like Stout's throwing in a press to see if they can get back in this game. But, I mean, if you're talking about Cheney's minutes are huge. Werman will play off the bench probably at least the next few games. Swinehart's minutes and Mims, that's 4 guys that are probably going to play 10-plus minutes consistently.
That's definitely a luxury for this team, and all of them are very interchangeable. Swinehart, top the key triple. That one's just off. Quillen skies for the board, can't corral it. We'll go the other way. Stout playing 4-on-5 right now. Pull-up try. That's Charlo. That one rattles out, but big-time garbage bucket there from Carson Moe, just cleaning up the mess. Here's Dykehouse. I like this token pressure from Stout, just a switch up defensively with Jackson Knoll pressuring Dykehouse in the full court.
Everything is help side.
Wigerink top the key triple. That one's off. Corralled by Wigerink. And
the discipline by Stout, everything help side. It's really good. They're not leaving anybody on an island to get beat.
10 on the shot clock. Dykehouse out to Tanner Wigerink. Swinehart into Quillen. 5 on the clock. Quillen. Yeah, there's the help side. Stout's always going to have another defender there.
What an appropriate gamble by Shore, too. I mean, he comes over and saying we're just not going to give up the easy two for Quillen. Completely blinds him from being able to make that pass.
100%. Quillen had no idea that an extra defender was coming. He went two dribbles to his left, and you can tell that's a move that he's worked on. Wanted to turn over his left shoulder there, and just nothing going for Gabe Quillen.
Stout might be down 19 here with 10 to play, but their team, they're just going to be fine. They're going to play really good competition, like you said, in the top conference in Division III basketball. And they're just going to get better. They're going to find more scoring options. And if you told me that we were going to see them in February in the tournament, I'm not surprised.
No.
It's just so hard to get out of that conference.
Yeah, gritty group, no doubt. And that conference is they kind of cannibalize themselves.
Sure.
They beat up on each other, especially through those months of January and February.
It's like the AFC West.
Love that NFL comparison. Big time move there by Shore, the left hand, knocks it in, cuts the Hope lead to 18. Substitution for Hope was number 32, Harris Hawkins. What a story for Harris Hawkins. Hope fans may know it. Swinehart, left corner triple. That one rattles in and out. Harris Hawkins, back-to-back seasons in the first game of the season with season-ending injuries. First it was an ACL. Last year, another knee injury. A guy who is such a leader on this team, a senior now, and Hope fans haven't gotten a chance to see him much just due to unfortunate injuries.
He's playing some nice minutes here as E.T. comes back in the ballgame for Dykehouse. I love the confidence for Swinehart to choke up that three, no hesitation. Like I said earlier, there were some opportunities. Shoot threes, guys were hesitating. That ball's going to go.
No,
he's the third time, it's going to go great block.
That's Swinehart's role on the team. He needs to be a catch-and-shoot guy. And one of the questions coming in for Hope, not a ton of questions for this team. They didn't lose a ton, but they did lose some spot-up shooting. Bicus, a really good outside shooter. Tyler George, that was his role on the team. Who can step up and be that guy when it gets kicked around from Dykehouse to Thomas to whoever that third guy is? Who can knock it down at like a 38-40% clip? That'll be a question to watch here for Hope is, can they get a guy who's a knockdown, consistent outside shooter? 2 for 2 at the free throw line for George Charlo.
64-48 is the score now. 9:44 to play.
Thomas pulls it back. Hope needs to have a quality offensive trip here. This ball needs to pop around the perimeter, and then with 8 to 10 seconds left, they need to try to find an advantage here. Thomas trying to go baseline on Charlo. Good kick to Hawkins. That one rejected. Great defense by Stout. Swinehart chasing Fox down. How about Justice Mims? Right place, right time, and Fox puts that one up. He'll head to the free throw line for 2. A little bit of momentum here for Stout. Hope's gone cold offensively here in the last few minutes.
You like this early, but I mean, this is a lineup we're not going to see much of throughout the year. You got Hawkins, Swinehart, Wigerink, Mims, and ET out there. I think Coach Mitch just wants to see what he thinks. I mean, as Werman comes in for Swinehart, it looks like Schoonveld getting some more tick. But I think Coach Mitch just wants to see what's it going to be. It's going to be a heavy ET diet there. Schoonveld comes in for Mims.
Fox knocks that one down. Fox, who had 44 in their season opener victory, he has 11 on the evening right now. Here's Warman. Hope leads by 15 with about 9 minutes remaining. Over to Schoonveld on the left wing. Schoonveld quiet offensively so far tonight, but impacting the game in some other ways. Here's Warman, 13 on the shot clock. Over to Thomas and Schoonveld now in the corner. Hope looking inside. Nothing going there inside with Wigerink. Wigerink steps out, triple try in the left wing. That one's all air for Tana Wigerink. Couldn't connect, and this Hope lead sits at 15 right now. Stoutle head the other way.
Quillen coming in for Hawkins there. Gosh, they just got stagnant offensively. Not moving the ball the way they were. I mean, when they came out of the gate, moving the ball offensively, things were going really well. They got to get back to their bread and butter.
Here's Knoll, top of the key over to Charlo. Charlo, right wing. Looking for Shore. Shore a little bit too far out on that lefty hook shot. Here comes Thomas the other way. Thomas, 5 points for the preseason All-American. He's been stymied so far. Kick out Schoonveld. Here's Warman. Over to Quillen. Wigerink, 19-foot try on the baseline. That one's good. And that's one that's in the flow of the offense. That's a routine shot for Wigerink. Knocks it in. Here's Weiss. Oh, that one poked away by Thomas. Hope's going to go on the break. Wigerink going to take it himself and wisely pulls it out. Gives it to Warman. 8 minutes left. Hope up 17. Hope can afford to be patient here. They need to get some off-ball movement, off-ball screens. You're seeing it right now. Some good pin screens on this possession. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Thomas, right wing try. Got his defender in the air. Looking for Schoonveld. Just nothing going for Thomas tonight. Anytime he's getting into the paint, he's hounded by stout defenders. Charlo, deep triple try. That one's good. Wigerink a little late getting a hand there. Hope leads by 14.
Calling the press.
Coach Lake, extremely animated.
Yeah. Certainly wanted more pressure on ball.
Underrated part of Warman's night is how well he's been able to handle the ball against pressure.
Dykehouse had a long break on the bench. Looks like he's at the scorer's table, ready to come back.
Quillen, top of the key, 3, no go. Schoonveld, what a battle from the junior Eli Schoonveld. Over to Warman. Warman finding Thomas. They'll pull it out here. 10 seconds. Thomas has a mismatch here on Shore. Lefty try, no good. Couldn't hit the length of Shore, bothered him that time. Here comes Fox, one-on-one on Schoonveld. Great defense. That's textbook by Eli Schoonveld. Hope's going to go on the run.
That's great defense. He just took the ball right from him.
Yeah, great job by him to stay solid, stay straight up, and then found the opportunity to poke that one away. That's going to be a Hope College timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break. Hope leads by 14, 6.5 minutes left here at DeVos Fieldhouse.
The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
Back for that 30-second timeout here at DeVos Fieldhouse. Hope leads by 14. I think the next 2 minutes are real pivotal for both these teams. Oh, that's going to be a technical foul. 6 guys on the floor. for Hope. Oof, just errors that you can't have if you're this Flying Dutchman team, and Stout's going to shoot free throws here.
Errors you can't have, but errors that may happen in the very first game. Another thing might happen in the very first game is only 66 and 52 points. There was 6.5 minutes to play. Very low scoring. So the refs deliberate about the technical foul. Noel will shoot.
Noel's going to head to the free throw line. A guy that's obviously been a catalyst. And sitting here by the UW Stout bench, he's really, really active on the bench as well with his talk and activity level. Obviously a leader for this team. Only a sophomore, but a guy this team will continue to rely on, no doubt. Noel missed the first one. He'll split the pair, and it'll be UW Stout basketball. Set play here coming from Stout. This is a 13-point ball game. It got stretched out to 20, but this game is very much still in doubt. Excuse me, going to be Hope basketball here. It's just technically free throws.
Yeah, it's a 13-point lead. It sure does not feel like it. It feels like a 4-point ball game.
Thomas turned the corner, just couldn't get anything to go there. I think he felt the length of these UW Stout defenders.
He got the separation he wanted, he just didn't finish. And you can tell how frustrated he is with himself.
Yeah, I thought Evan might just go up and slam that. He's shown an ability to do that, no doubt. Oh, great screen by Warman. Yeah, they're going to get a hold on Warman. He held his ground, and Fox fought through that one a little bit too hard.
Team's sixth.
Here's Warman, right corner. Great screen there for Quillen. Quillen just didn't have the body to control to finish that one, and he got thrown down and worried that it might have hit his head there on the floor.
Blue Devils fouls on number 33, Nick Jungle, his second. Team's
that one's going to be on Jungle.
It appears all right as he gets up and heads to the free throw line.
Yeah, it looks like it was just a bit shaken up there when a guy that big goes down that hard.
Quite an eventful 30 seconds. Starts with Hope getting the technical foul for 6 men on. You see a couple of fouls and Quillen going down.
Yeah, you can almost feel a little bit of a restlessness in DeVos right now with the home Hope fans up 13. You said it feels definitely more like a 4 or 5 point ball game. These fans are waiting for this Hope team to pull away. Stout putting up a great fight here against the Dutchman. That one is going to go off Noel's foot. He just got moving a little bit too quick going against Warman.
Hope's up 13. Both teams only shooting 42% from the field. I mean, this is just a old-fashioned heavyweight bout. I mean, it's just a knock you out kind of game.
Here's Thomas working on Fox. Over to Warman. Hope very content to use quite a bit of this shot clock. Thomas, curl into the lane. Go to the left, and there's Thomas. The hoop and the harm for Evan Thomas gives Hope some breathing room.
He needed that one. He needed that one for the psyche. That's vintage 2021 Thomas right there. As he gets going. Here comes some Swinehart tick as Scoodveld really not very many minutes in this game. But his impact defensively has been huge for the Dutch.
Thomas, that one in and out from the free throw line. Hope leads by 15. 5.5 to play here. Stout's going to lean heavily on Fox and Noel over these next 5 minutes. Just get that sense. Here's Noel left wing over to Shore. Shore baseline. That one just not enough air under it. Hope going to use quite a bit of this shot clock here as we tick down towards 5 minutes.
They've just been dominating the time of possession. I think it's what's helped them so much. I mean, Stout, I just don't know what their plan is offensively. I think, Hope has executed to the extent that they'd like, but I know that they're not going to go away from this game happy. Only up 15 with 5 to play.
Dykehouse almost pulled off a magic trick there, wasn't able to finish. Used every last millisecond of that shot clock. Here's Thomas guarding Noel. Noel able to turn the corner, gives it over to Shore. Shore left hand couldn't hit. and Thomas grabs the rebound. Thomas, really underrated rebounder, actually top 3 in the MIAA last year in rebounds, as well as leading the conference in scoring. 15 on the shot clock here. You got to wonder if Stout's going to switch anything up defensively, potentially go back to that maybe an extended 1-3-1 for more pressure. Hope content to use a lot of time. Warman, found himself in no man's land.
I mean, it makes you think. I wonder what Coach Lake saw when he threw that out there. He did it for one possession and then didn't like what he saw and went right back to the man, and he never went back to it. So I think at this point he just knows that it would take too much time. He knows Hope could hold the ball through a zone, to where now he just feels like it's either a press or it's, man, pick up your guy at half court type of thing, because I just think he just doesn't have the time to buy to go back to a zone defense.
Yeah, Stout's going to have to show a little bit of sense of urgency here offensively as well. 14-point deficit now, 4 minutes left. Going to have to get quality looks. We saw a few trips ago an Aiden Shore 16-foot, pretty quick pull-up. I think Stout's going to be a little bit more content to attempt to get some maybe kick-out looks or some looks for either Fox or Knoll. Charlo goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line, cuts the Hope lead to 13. Here's Mormon. 4 minutes left on the shot clock. 4 minutes left on the game clock, Here's Thomas, right wing. Working on Fox. That's a great matchup over to Wigerink. Wigerink just couldn't hit. And
it's great aggressiveness there by Wigerink. That's what you want to go. I think Evan at this point is saying, I'm not going to get to that 19 number, so how can I do stuff that's going to get the guy? How can I kind of be used as a decoy, be able to get that ball to other guys, and how can we ride this out?
Yeah, he's no doubt a guy that can impact a game without scoring. So he's going to lean into that. Looking a little bit ahead, Hope is going to face Wisconsin-Oshkosh tomorrow, right back here at DeVos Fieldhouse at 5 p.m. I actually see a couple Oshkosh staff members here in the bleachers. They fell to Calvin University in a big-time upset. The number 3 team in the country fell to the Knights. So we'll be back here. A little less than 4 minutes left. Hope leads by 15 over UW-Stout.
Senior at Hope College. I'm a biology major and a chemistry minor on the pre-med track, and I play basketball here. Hope's really defined my goals and defined the path I wanted set for myself. Coach Mitchell has been a big catalyst in my growth here at Hope, as well as many professors, specifically my lab professor, Dr. Calvo. I hope to use what I've learned here at Hope to continue my research in medical school. Through medicine, I hope I can erase healthcare disparities.
I'm Ryan Vanderswart. As an invested community partner, LBZ is proud to help share Hope College's stories of transformational impact.
Back here at DeVos Fieldhouse, and an impassioned plea from UW-Stout coach Jim Lake in that last timeout. Under 4 minutes left, this Blue Devils team is going to have to mount a fast and furious comeback against a Dutchman team that you get the sense has never quite hit their stride offensively here tonight, but still has a 15-point lead with about 3.5 minutes remaining.
I almost don't mind here late down 15 as, wow, Shore just kind of beat Cheney to the bucket there.
Yeah, that's a nice high-low look. You can tell that's something that was drawn up in the timeout. Shore, Stout with some pressure here. It's going to be all man-to-man. I wonder when they're going to go to a run-and-jump situation. They're going to keep man-to-man here. Dykehouse finds himself in the lane. Yeah, he got too deep there. Did Dykehouse. 3.5 minutes remaining. Here's Mo.
I was going to say, I really don't mind, but they just want to try and run plays for Knoll or Fox. And you see down 13, you're
Hope spacing here has gotten funky in the last 2 trips. Dykehouse and Warman kind of clogged up. Warman directing traffic here now. They need to just have a quality trip where they take some time off the shot clock and get a decent look here at the end. Yeah, Warman, really good job of getting right to the backboard. Got a lot of body contact. He'll head to the free throw line.
He really is. I mean, he's a similar type of playing guard to Dykehouse where they both can score so well off the dribble. I think one of those guys, it's going to be interesting to see how they play off the ball down the stretch. I mean, I think Werman's going to play important minutes for them throughout the season, probably in that 20 to 25 minute range for them. I see that he's a guy, one of those guys is gonna play well off the ball.
Elevated level of confidence. Yeah, and it's a great luxury to have. If Dykehouse or Warman ever need a break, that next guy can just step right back into that point guard role. So Hope, really versatile guards that we've seen Evan Thomas bring up. If any of those 3 guys get the rebound, they're taking it themselves. So that's a luxury for Hope, no doubt. Good drive in there and nothing going for Weiss. Could have been body contact potentially. Hope will head the other way. 2.5 minutes left. 15-point lead for the Flying Dutchman. Here comes the run and jump pressure. Hope needs to attack out of it. Back to man-to-man for the Blue Devils. 13 on the shot clock as Thomas may take it himself here.
He's got the mismatch on Shore. He's got to beat him to the bucket.
Oh, Thomas just unable to finish. Shore, 17-foot jumper. That one's good for Aiden Shore, the 6'10 sophomore. Cuts the Hope lead to 15.
So Thomas has 7. He's 3 of 15. A few stats updated as we get an interchange. We might be going to timeout here. We'll give you the stats after the timeout.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be a Hope College timeout. Right around 2 minutes remaining here at DeVos Fieldhouse. Hope leads by 13.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is Hope.
We're back from the break here. Matt Wayner alongside Jordan George. A few stat updates here. We got 2:03 to play, 72-59 left in the ball game. Dykehouse has 12 on 11 shots. Thomas has 7 on 15 shots. It's Uyghur Inc. has 17 on 10 shots. And it's Warman, who is 7 of 11 for 18 points.
Dykehouse does a nifty job there breaking the pressure. He's up against Mo. Yep, Dykehouse wisely going to use a lot of the shot clock here. Hope just needs to avoid bad turnovers in the last 2 minutes. Dykehouse left-hand drive, and I'm not sure who they're going to get that one on.
You know, it's interesting, Jordan. I mean, here in crunch time, you find Coach Mitch, I mean, he's got trust in Crabtree and Mims here. I love to see that. I mean, he's got guys. We're now 10, 11 guys deep that are playing important minutes in a game that, like I said, feels far from over, even with a 14-point lead in 140. While you could say it's going to take a miracle for Stout, he's trusting guys late in the game that aren't guys that you thought were going to have this high of minute totals.
Yeah, I think this is no doubt a message to those freshmen that, hey, we trust you. We're going to empower you. We trust you to be out there. I think that's a great coaching move by Greg Mitchell just to show your young guys, because, you know, first college basketball experience can be just shocking for so many of these guys.
Crabtree there.
Crabtree rose up and met him, but
Hope College foul number 4, Ethan Crabtree.
They're going to get him on a little bit of body contact. Ethan Crabtree, interesting story for Ethan Crabtree is that his sister actually is a newcomer at Hope College as well. Carly Crabtree transferred over to Hope College and had a really solid game here tonight for the women's team. And we talked a little bit about the women's team with a big-time win. Well, another message here. Hope's going to do wholesale substitutions. 5 new players. We'll preview each of them very briefly here, featuring 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores. Freshman Carson Sanders from Hanover Horton, really excellent scorer. Coaches have been very impressed with him here in the early going of the season. Guy that can really shoot it. And speaking of shooting, that's number 20, Josh Vogt, 6'3", freshman from New York. That's a guy who's a candidate for their knockdown shooter. He can really shoot it off the catch. That's going to be his role for this team, and in the future only a freshman. And then number 20 is Andrew Leeper, a highly touted recruit out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. You started hearing about him more than a year ago. This guy that I was looking up his Twitter highlights, a guy that can just really fly, really athletic, good size at 6'6" from Homestead, Indiana. Homestead High School, for Hope fans, they'll recognize that as Teddy Ray's alma mater as well. So nice Hope pipeline there. Also out there is 31 Zach Hawes, who played on the junior varsity team. He has it now.
That was a nice steal by Hawes there.
Poke away here by Traylon Barnett, the freshman. Barnett couldn't control it, but you got to love the hustle there out of the freshman, Barnett.
74-61. We got a minute 06 left here in the ball game. Fox and Knoll are out of the game, so Stout really doesn't have any scorers in there at the moment.
Man, just making that Teddy Ray reference. I miss watching that guy play. Holy cow. We could go out, we could go down the Hope history books for a while here, that you two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could, and that makes me think I said it in the first broadcast for the women's game, Jordan, but shooters come from Indiana.
Yes, no doubt about that. In 49 other states, it's just basketball. Left wing, no good there. Great rebound by freshman. That's number 5, Lewis Carger. Lewis Carger, number 5, the freshman from Minneapolis. Here's Vogt. Over to Leeper. Leeper swings it over to Hawes. Also in there is Ben Wagar from Petoskey, sophomore. Sanders, pull up there. Ben Wagar. Wagar tried the putback, couldn't go. Guys battling in there. 30 seconds left on the game clock. This will probably be the last possession of the ball game. Deep triple try there by Briggs. Briggs is off the mark, and Leeper corrals it. Hope will be content to dribble this one out. And a performance that wasn't always pretty from the Flying Dutchman, and it was definitely a heavyweight battle between 2 physical teams. Hope's going to come away victorious here and set the tone. In the season opener for the Flying Dutchman, they beat the Blue Devils of Wisconsin-Stout 74-63 in a hard-fought battle here at DeVos Fieldhouse.
No, Jordan, I mean, the story of the night, as you can see from the highlight there, Marcus Warman with these 2 threes. I mean, he finished with 18 points. He's the shiny new toy on the block for the Dutch, and I'm excited to see this kid continuing to develop and on a roster that it wasn't ET's night, and it didn't matter in the end, and that's really good news for a Hope College team that played this Stout team, who I think they're going to do all right this year.
Yeah, no doubt. And in a night where Evan Thomas was probably frustrated, he has to feel great, as do all Hope fans. The fact that Evan Thomas scores in single digits and can really still impact the way that he did tonight. And a lot of guys played big minutes. I think this is going to be a fun team to watch early in the season. Who emerges? I think there's so many candidates for breakout seasons. And, you know, coaches often say it, winning is difficult. Both teams are coming in here trying to win, and Hope starts the season 1-0. 74-63 is the final here from DeVos Fieldhouse. The Flying Dutchmen of Hope College take down the Blue Devils of Wisconsin-Stout in the season opener. We'll be right back here tomorrow from DeVos at 5 o'clock as Hope looks to continue their winning ways against a Wisconsin school going up against Wisconsin-Oshkosh. For Matt Wainer, I'm Jordan George, signing off and saying, go Hope.